Welcome back to the 22nd episode of the CHS Pulse. I'm Patrick Shelffo, along with my co-host,
Tess, Healy. Today's episode is going to be really exciting.
It sure is. Wait, Tess, aren't you supposed to be on internship?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Anyway, recently the CHS boys track team competed at the Penn Relays, which is the biggest track meet in the country.
Let's see what went down over there while getting some insight from the relay team themselves.
My name is Coach Clark, and I am the boys distance coach for the Chatham spring track team.
Hey, I'm Aiden Johnson, senior at Chatham.
I'm Ryan Beagle, and I'm a junior.
We run both. Well, I run the 800, the 400.
I run the 800 and the mile.
My name is Charlie Henney, and I run track at the high school, and I usually run mid-distance events, so like the 400, 800, rarely the mile, but mostly those two events.
I think our expectations before the race were that we kind of wanted to go there and see how fast we could run. We didn't originally think that we had like a chance of getting to the championships or even winning our heat, because we knew that we were stacked up against some pretty tough competition. So we kind of just expected to go there, give it our all, and see what happens.
I was just excited to go to Penn Relays at all in the first place. I did track all 4 years in high school, and I always dreamed of going to Penn Relays ever since I was like 14 years old. So for us to qualify on the first meet of the season, our season opener is when these boys qualified for the 4x8 for the Penn Relays. It was huge just to be even going there for one day. So I didn't even have any like huge expectations going into it. I just knew that it was going to be a really exciting time, and it was going to be a huge thing because Penn Relays wasn't held last year or the year before because of COVID. So this is the first time they've had it in 3 years, and the first time that these boys were able to go to the Penn Relays. I knew it was going to be an enormous, exciting event.
Yeah, we were pretty nervous. I mean, the crowd was crazy, so that definitely added to a ton of it. There was probably 40,000 people in the crowd. And
Yeah,
made it crazy.
We were also pretty big hyped. We were getting hyped up though. But like we were on the line, the Jamaican Prime Minister was like giving a speech, and we were like, it was right before our race, so it's kind of getting our nerves up a little bit. But at the same time, he was hyping up the crowd, so it was hyping us all up. So it was a mix of hype and nervousness.
I definitely had full confidence in them. I definitely was not nervous about their performance at all. I was nervous about how big the track meet and the event would be, because I know that it's the biggest track meet in the country, literally. And there's thousands of people that compete there, thousands of people that go there. So I was just a little nervous about the whole logistics of the meet. I was not nervous about the performance at all. I had full confidence that they were going to kill it.
The first day was good. It was a lot of nerves. We didn't really even get to warm up because we got there a little late. Our race was the first race of the day, so it was at like 8:30, and we kind of had to run through. It was really chaotic. There's so many people there doing like all these crazy things, and we had to just like run into the corral and get ready for our race.
The first day was so crazy because they were the very first event in the morning, so we were like rushing to get there. We were like sprinting through the streets of Philadelphia, like to get around the other side of the arena, to get to the area where they funnel in all of the athletes, and they have to take off all of their like sweats and layers and jackets and trainers and switch into their spikes. And then we, as the coaches, me and Coach Barry, the head coach, had to throw everything into like these big giant clear bags, and like Santa Claus, like take these big bags of all this stuff, and then as soon as you get in, athletes go to the left and we go straight to the right to go up into the stand. So it's like, bye, good luck, see you. Like you separate at that moment, and then you're like waiting for them to get to the line to run their race. So it was like very much so a rush the first day, where the second day the race wasn't until like almost 5 p.m. So we had a lot more time to get there and for them to warm up, and knew what to expect, knew what everything was, where everything was, how everything looked, how the process went, where to check in. Like it wasn't all like the first time anymore. So it was like great to have, and better weather. Everything all around the second day was better. So it was awesome that we had that chance. That the boys performed so well that we had that chance to go again the second time.
What would we do differently?
Honestly, nothing. I think it was a pretty perfect 2 days,
Yeah.
to be honest.
What I could do differently? I don't know. I think we kind of played it perfectly. Like, I'd say after the first day, I kind of stood around for a bit, like watching some of the other races, and I guess all that standing around can kind of like hurt my legs for the second day, and I guess I was a little sore. But I'd say for the first day, I couldn't have changed anything. I had a great race. I had a great race plan. I mean, same with the second day. We kind of did everything perfect, and I wouldn't say there's much I could change.
If I could race again different, I'd probably go a little faster on the first lap. I think I could have run a little harder, especially in the second race, because I was kind of had the impression that, oh, these people are like really good. Like, I'm not gonna be able to keep up with them. So I kind of kept it easy for the first lap just to make sure I didn't go out too hard and die, and then have like run an awful second lap. But now that I know like how good these people are, and I'm kind of like, you know, I'm not as bad as I thought I was, so I can probably race a little better.
Oh man, I think if we did it again, what to improve on for the next time? I mean, I feel like just getting there earlier the first day, if you know that you have the first event in the morning, so it's not as much of a panic and a rush. But now it's like, now that we've experienced it for the first time, if we go again next year, we know where everything is, we know how the process goes. Like, it's not the first time for all of us anymore. So I feel like, I mean, this time that we went was like as good as it can get, really. So I feel like there's not a whole lot for us to improve on for next year, other than just getting there earlier. If we have a first event in the morning, we're the first ones, first heat, first event, get there earlier in the morning. But other than that, I mean, they killed it this time.
Great job to the team. Hope they can continue to break more records and maybe even compete at the Penn Relays again.
Hey Tess, have you ever needed a gardening guide in your life?
No.
Why? I just have the thing for you.
Patrick,
I present to you A Guide to Gardening, hosted by yours truly. There are really only a few things that go into growing fruits and vegetables, and you probably already know what they are. 90% of a plant's success is based on its location and amount of water. Is your plant in the dark? Well, it won't grow. Is your plant getting eaten by squirrels? Well, it won't grow. Did you not water your plant for a while? Well, go water it, silly. It's not that complex, but how come agriculture feels like it's so hard to master? The truth is that it's not super hard, it just requires a lot of patience. Think about the actual process in which the human species mastered agriculture. That took thousands of years of trial and error, experimentation, and ultimately a ton of patience. Your plants probably aren't going to be great the first time, and that's fine. If you're looking to start out, here's a few tips. Find resources that pertain to your specific plant. Most of the instructions will seem obvious, but brushing up on the basics is always important. Check YouTube. If your plants keep getting eaten by animals, then get one of those fancy hanging baskets. They're great. Lastly, remember that although your plants are dependent on you, they still need some space. Don't water them more than recommended, don't harvest too early or too late, and keep your maintenance to a reasonable level. Make sure to check your plants every few days and make sure everything is in order, but don't lose sleep over any mistakes. There's always next season.
That was insightful, I guess.
I'm humbled.
Moving on, it wouldn't be a Pulse episode without a Question of the Week segment. Let's check out what it has in store for us.
This week on Question of the Week, we're going to see what it's like when we get a little too close with the mic. Been in a boxing match between TJ and Dan.
TJ.
I'm going to have to go with TJ.
I'll be honest, yeah.
Huh?
I think TJ.
All right. Yo, what if Gabby Zurbon challenged you to a boxing match, who would win?
Me.
Why?
Because it smells like Mr. Clark.
Song at prom, what would it be?
Oh, I was just talking about this. It was stop. I was just talking about this. It was stop. It was.
Who's the worst driver in this parking lot?
I'm gonna say Julia Biddick.
How old is Miss Denise?
78. 78.
No way.
Plus 12.
She isn't like a day over 20.
You're lying.
I'm just kidding.
You know you are.
Who was the worst driver? Who was the worst driver in this parking lot? Sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
doing
My fault.
I don't know.
Who's the worst driver in this parking lot?
Well, someone did hit me just last week, but I don't want to say names.
Okay. Thank you. What twin is your favorite? The one. Which one?
How are we supposed to know? All right, the one who asked what my name was. There you go.
Me. Excuse me. What's
going on?
What was your question? Who do you think would win in a boxing match? You or Mr. Tomato?
Oh, Mr. Tomato.
Huh?
Definitely Mr. Tomato. All right.
What about you? I think Mr. Tomato as well. All right. If you could request one song at prom, what would it be?
Probably Turn Off the Lights by Chris Lake.
Who would win in a boxing match, you or Brando Mando?
Bro.
What?
Brando Mando.
Huh?
Brando Mando.
If you could request one song at prom, what would it be?
I would do Happy New Year's.
Oh yeah, good song. If Kevin Wilmot, get Wilmot on cam. If Kevin Wilmot sat on you, how long do you think you'd last before you die?
Maybe 30 seconds.
Sounds about right.
I'm just over here. All right. If you could play one song, oh, you're not at prom. Jace Olbrich said, "I want to fight you right now in the street." Would you take that fight?
Definitely.
What?
Definitely.
All right.
Wow, that was quite thought-provoking.
Did we watch the same segment?
Picture, if you will, a universe where there was the Pulse.
Isn't that just ours?
But little do we know, there's a competitor.
What are you talking about?
Welcome to the Quols.
Hey, have you seen Aiden recently?
No.
You guys hear about this?
Can it wait? We're like editing the intro and it should have been done like yesterday.
Clark is gonna be so mad.
You guys sound like Aiden. Just chill out. It's gonna be fine.
I mean, I never realized how hard it would be to do his job, but now we actually have to.
Yeah, he totally left us to finish this edit.
Well, he's probably gonna be out of a job at this point because, you know, these guys keep ripping us off.
What guys? What are you talking about?
These guys on YouTube, they're called the Quols, and now they're trending?
No way. I gotta see this for myself.
Hello, my name is Holly and I'm here with my friend Ariana, going through the halls of Chatham High School with a game we like to call 4 1/4.
Oh my god, is that what I sound like?
Where did they get the money to bankroll all those quarters? Excuse me, 4 1/4. Did you know that Timothy Chalamet is making music now?
No, I did not know that.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's sick. Super cool. You know, I love that guy, so I think he's gonna do a great job.
Is that Colin Manita?
I'm telling you, it's the quarters.
Guys, I've heard that millions upon dozens of people have been unenrolling from our school to go to Chatham High School, and I don't know what we're gonna do.
It's a travesty.
Is that Cullen?
Hello, I'm Edward Cullen, and welcome back to Blood Reviews.
Oh my god, they got the copyright permissions from Stephanie Meyer?
Today I'm at Old Atlock Farms, sampling some of their famous bovine.
I'm gonna need to bleach my eyes.
It really is as good as they say. I'm gonna give it a 9.547 out of 10.
Apparently they're calling Edward Cullen the Edward Cullen of our generation.
That doesn't make any sense.
Is that an ad?
Oh my god, they monetized the Quols.
Here at Quols Productions, students learn a variety of skills from real live television production sets that prepares them for college-level courses.
I was really drawn to this course because of the valuable industry insights it would teach me, not to mention the incredible guidance of our professor, Mr. Park. Mr. Park has worked on numerous Hollywood productions as a famous background actor, including winning the Oscar for Best Actor in a Background Role for his work on Evil Speaks, and he was even nominated for his work on Dune.
If you think you have what it takes to be on the Quills, we'll be holding auditions next month to expand our talent. Bring your A game. Due to high demand, there's gonna be cuts.
Auditions? God, their marketing team is amazing.
Hi, I'm Brian Mazziano, and I'm here with
Cindy?
Cindy. Is free will real or just an illusion?
You know, I was just having this conversation with Mr. Park in my advanced film philosophy class, and we came to some really great conclusions. He actually worked on a film that explored this concept.
So insightful.
Free will is real, and we're the illusion.
Wow.
Oh God, what are we gonna do?
They somehow managed to make Ryan an intellectual.
Oh God, we're really done for now, aren't we?
Hey guys, what's that note over there?
Oh, someone tacked it up a few days ago. My guess is the video production kids. I've been too busy to read it.
It says period to please read?
That's odd. I've left the post to start my own production company. I'm sure it does not come as a surprise that I've realized I'm above you all and meant for bigger things. I hope you can understand. Aiden Tran.
Oh, who do you guys think wrote that letter?